Good morning, everyone. This is Kimmick, and we are back in the last Caretaker. We are currently docked at the gas station, Petrol Station. So we're gonna kill some baddies and get stocked up with fuel. The 5 fuel drums are right here, and they are all hooked up. Basically, I just connected them all together, and then I ran a line from the diesel fuel port of the boat to one of the drums on the ends, and they're all on equalize. So if you look at the diesel fuel, it's only at 466 liters, but that's times 6. So yeah, still got 2,000 liters ish. So we're good. Okay, I hit level 9, so I unlocked some things. I unlocked the flame grenade, the laser sight, and the suppressor barrel. For this works for the pistol and the rifle, so that's good. So I already made them. They're in my pocket. I'll show you how to put them on. Also, next level we get the petrol tank, so we may or may not hit the next level once we clear this out. Okay, so first things first, let's put the attachments on the weapon. Alright, we're going to pull the weapon out. We're going to hit G to inspect it. Oh, look at that. Yay. Alright, I want that rail right there to be for the laser light. So we're going to hit E, arrow over, hit space, and there it is. The barrel, same thing. E, arrow over, space. There's a suppressor. The sight, I'm going to put the sight up here, but we don't get the sight yet. Okay, Q for cancel, so we're going to cancel that. We're going to go back in here. When do I get that sight? Next level. Yay, red dot sight. Yeah. So, here we are. We're anchored up. We're not tethered. We're not moored, because this is the one. Here, let me show you what happens when we moor the boat. Yay! Now I gotta get out of the water because it's nighttime. Alright, plug that in there. Then we're going to plug this in here. Alright. Now we have rough seas. It's a storm. And what's going to happen is, this is why you need to pick one side of the boat. See how low the dock is, or high the dock is, compared to the boat? What's going to happen is, and as soon as I said that, it cleared up. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, rough seas, the boat will tip and turn, and it will actually get wedged underneath the dock. Okay. Let's check the net. 15 kilograms. All right. There we go. We got some junk. All right. We're going to hit G. All right. Auto closing. See how every time you hit G, it kicks you out? That's because there is a setting. Let me check that real quick. Options. I believe it's in gameplay. Oh no. It's auto close is what it is. So interface, UI, subtitles, markers, HUD. Nope. Should be in gameplay, but it's not. Auto pickup, which is on. Okay. Color blindness, body socket interaction. Okay. Nope. Video. Nope. Show FPS is yes, of course. No graphics. No mouse. Force feedback. Nope. I don't have a gamepad. So that's done. Interface, we looked at this before. I think it's on the starting menu. Once I find it, I'll let you guys know where it's at. But the problem is, every time you take things out of the container, once the container is empty, it's close on empty. It's auto close. It basically kicks you out and closes the container. It's a little annoying. I will show it to you. See, It's starting to get hung up already. It's underneath the tires. This thing will actually get worse on some docks. The boat will actually really start tipping really bad. Okay. So now we're going to bring out our nice weapon. We're going to aim at the fuel canister by that pod. Once it shoots and blows it up, it'll kill everything. Yay, fire. And then we have to kill the bugs. Okay, these are newer ones. We haven't got these yet, but they are little robots and they spit acid at you. So you have to stay away from them. Yeah, acid. Yuck. And they do damage. Yay. So, bugs. Alright, we're on the ground. We got some junk going on. Got tires. We gotta be careful because some bugs get hung up the pathing around the barrels. So you have to pay attention. There's also bugs and stuff. Yep, see, there are the leeches. Those are the leeches. They jump out of the water at you. So, what I'm going to do is we're going to go back to the boat. Yay! I am going to pause the video and wait for daylight. So it's a little easier. Like I said, we're just in the beginning. We really don't have a way to take care of the bugs without destroying everything because the only thing we have is grenades. So I'm going to make some grenades. I'm going to pause the video and we will be back. All right? All right. See you when it's daylight. Okay, guys. We're back after a few minutes. Starting to get daylight. As you can see, they got on the boat. Because, right here, these mooring cables are pulling it so hard that the boat is actually underneath the dock. And it's allowing the leeches to get on the boat. They don't like daylight when they die, when daylight hits them. So all you got to do, once you get the anchor set up, is just release the mooring cables. The boat will move around and it will pull itself out, just like it's doing there. Okay, see, it's bouncing back out. That's why mooring cable, I get it situated and stopped, then I release the cables, drop the anchor, and then I just let it sit. Because some of these docks are so high that the boat gets hung up underneath it. Now, same thing. When this thing was jammed up underneath here, if I would have had equipment right here on this rail, it would have been broken and busted loose. So that's why I do what I do. All right, back out here. We're going to pick up all the yuckiness. Okay. Barrels, we want the diesel. So what we have to do first is we have to repair the barrel because if it's damaged, you can't get the fluid out of it. You can get some of it, but not all of it. So you have to repair the tanks. So we're going to be repairing. There you go. We're going to repair this. Oh, that is repaired. Nice. And we're going to bink. And this time, I want everything to float into this drum barrel because that's what we're going to be hooking up to the boat. So again, we're looking around, make sure no one's trying to attack us. And there's that one. No baddies, okay. We're going to repair this one. Okay, we're going to connect you with you. Then we're going to connect you. Come on, to you. And then this one is going to be input. Everything's going in one barrel if it fits. If it doesn't fit, then we'll have to daisy chain it the other way. Do I have any more cables? No, that's the problem. All right, let's make some petrol cables while we're waiting on that to fill up. Oh, we don't have them unlocked. So we're going to go to you. Fuel cables and fuel extenders. There we go. Like I said, I unlock things as I need them. I don't unlock things immediately. That's just me. You guys can do whatever you want to do to your game. All right, we're going to go here. we're going to go, whoa. Got to make the cable first, goofball. All right, let's make 3 rounds. Do 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 do. And then we gotta get power, which is that building right there. We gotta put power to. It's similar to the beacon that we did. See the boat's back up off the dock, and it's floating around, but it's not going anywhere. The anchors are out. This time the anchor actually hit the water instead of the dock. Yay! Pick that up while we're waiting. Okay. Plug you in. Set you to input. Okay. While this is flowing, what do we have here? 0 liters. 0. Okay, these are done. So we can get rid of that. What do we have over here? 0. These are done. Okay. And yep. All right. So we got some more fuel. And as you can see, fuel is flowing between the tanks. Yay, it works. And it will balance them out. Okay. I keep the doors closed so baddies don't get in the boat. They don't get in there and start causing trouble. Come on, come on, come on. Almost done with fuel. Okay. We will be grinding these barrels down because some people like to make a fuel depot out of this place, add more barrels for storage and everything. I do not, because in order for the refinery or the distillation tower, which makes the fuel from oil, all that crap to work, you have to be here. So the last thing I want to be doing is sitting at this dock for hours on end waiting for everything to fill up with fuel. So I'm going to do that on the boat, but that's at level 20. So that's a long ways away. Come on, come on, come on. There you go. Fuel is complete. Huh. So we got all the fuel on the boat. Yay! All right, let's go kill some baddies. All right. So we only got 12 rounds of this thing. This is a little one. Kill the tentacles first. And then these guys are more aggressive, of course. So you just have to be careful with them. And kill them. Okay. Petrol tanks. We cannot repair them. Oh, we can. What? Oh, we just can't break them down. Oh, okay. Well, we can't do anything with them anyway, so I'll wait and do that last. All right, we got some stuff here. Glad to take it. Hey, buddy. What you doing? Just hanging out? Yeah, buddy. All right. I like checking this roof before we do anything else because I don't like surprises. If there was something up there, it would attack us by now. So remember, containers are saved till later. All right. Hello? Any bad people up here? Hello? Oh, we got bowling. Cool. And we have these guys. Pinkies. That's why I call these yuckies, because they don't really do anything but attack you. And there's some lore behind it. I'll explain it when we get to that point, but that's not till later level. All right. This bad guy right here. If we shoot at him with this pistol and we kill his tentacles, he will not pop. You have to shoot him. The problem with that is they regenerate faster than you can kill them. So it's just going to be non-stop. And every time that bubble pops up on their head, that right there, more bugs come out. So I'm not going to mess with him yet until we get the rifle. The rifle isn't until level 11. We're only level 9. So we got a little ways to go. But once we get level 10, we're going to come back here and steal the petrol. Oh, there they are. Hi, babies. What you doing? and there's some more bugs over there. They're going to come around the container. Okay, that's why you don't mess with containers until we're done, because you don't want them to add to the craziness that's going to happen. Okay, that's done. There is no petrol storage on the boat, only diesel. So you have to make it. That's why we can't do anything with it until we get that level. All right, reload. And we're going to kill this guy. Okay, they pop easy. Okay, now we have another problem. There is no power generation here. There's nothing here to say we're supposed to put power here. So what's going to happen is we're going to come over here. Hello, how are y'all? We're going to close. Okay, remember, these are very basic. This is what you're starting off with. So no baddies in this area. But there will be. There will be a time when you have to clean out the baddies that are in this room. Okay, we're going to put it over here. We're going to put you there. All right. Of course, it's not going to build because I don't have the components. So we have to go get the components. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a Lumid solar panel. I'm going to put it right here and then hook it all up and then the battery. So we need to make 2 items. So we're going back to the fabricator. Can we make this on our body? Yes. Can we make it on our body away from the boat? As long as you're 10 meters away from the resources, you can. Problem is, this is more efficient. So add all parts. Add all parts. Oh, made some ammo. Now we're going to wait for all this to get built. Plugs ourselves in. Again, putting the batteries in, that's totally optional. You don't need them. But I like to. That way, if you're working here at night, you don't lose power. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Last one. Close the door. 5 kilograms, got plenty of time. All right, let's go get some power. So we're going to go B, highlight, click on it, hit E. Yay, it's making. And then you saw the nanites go through the wall. They are building the battery. Okay. We're going to go in here. And yes, I'll be putting extender down to make that cable a little better. All right, come on. You can do it. You can do it. Come on. This place doesn't require a lot of power, so this is way overkill. I could probably just put a small battery down. The portable one, those small containers, I can probably just plop one down right here and it'd work just fine. All right. I'll be right back. I have to do something. So pause the recording. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Yay. Okay. All we got to do in this room is just grind up the little buddy, the electronics. Yeah, not too much. Pico terminal. Always check the Pico terminal. That stuff right there, the log data, space, survival guide, and quests, those are normal. If you see authorization for blah, 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 that's when you got to look at it. That's the lore. You can get those on the Pico terminal on the boat. You can read up all about what's going on. I did most of the reading already, so yeah. Okay, back to work. We got these guys. These guys are not they're not part of him. So, or that thing. So they're going to attack us, but not, these are separate. These are just spawns. So if I shoot at them, oh, come on, got to hit one of them. Or run. Come on. That's it. And they should not respawn, so we should be good there. All right, of course, you know what we have. Rain. Just what doesn't work in the rain. Solar panels. Yep. All right. We're underneath him, but we're away from his aggro range. It's above us. Oh, look. Yay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grind this down. We have to be very vigilant. Because remember, baddies live in dark places. And now that the sun is covered up, we have to be careful of the leeches in the water. All right, let's go in. Control to crouch, and you got to wiggle, and there you go. All right. Okay, we're in a room. Oh, no, wrong button. Grab. Yep. Baddies. Goopies. Yuck. Okay, we're going to grab that. We're going to drop it down. Okay, they're all around us. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to that corner. I'm not going to turn on the flashlight. I'm just going to go to that corner and start shooting. Because they're above our heads. They're moving. So we don't want to stand there because they will zap us. So we run, and then we start shooting. And we just got to be mindful what's around us. Nothing here. All right. Okay. Water getting through. Yuck. All right. This is where the fun begins. Hitboxes. It's a thing. So we're going to turn on the light. We're going to reload. Now that light's in here, they should, if anything's left, they should start coming towards me. Oh, you're afraid. I know. You're hiding. Yeah, I know. Come on. Come on, boo-boo. There you go. Good boy. Okay. Now, baddies are all done. Do we want to crawl all the way back in here when we start cleaning up? No. So we're going to clean up right now. Eat the whole flute. Memories. Thank you for the memories. A little bit more. There's this metal scrap gives us iron. Plastic gives us plastic, of course. All right. I think we got everything in here. No more baddies to get us. Okay. Time to go. Weapon out. Flashlight off. Reload because we don't have 12. It's getting dark outside, so now we got a boogie. Get away from the water. Okay, what we're going to do here is I'm going to go here. I'm going to put one down right there. And then we're going to go this way with it. And 20 meters. Okay. We're going to back that up a little bit. We're going to put one here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it about here. and then we're going to plug it in. Okay, we're going to get rid of this crap. I just like it so the lines don't get messed up in it, because they will do goofy stuff. What I mean by goofy stuff is you try to go around like the guardrail right here. Next thing you know, you go through the guardrail, it collides, and all of a sudden you got a big streaming 20-meter loop up in the air from the cable just going wonky. Okay, big. There we go. We have power! Oh my god, it's going to drain the boat. Yeah, but we have power generation at night. So it will equalize, and then it will start recharging. And you can see the power is flowing to the lights. I don't know where that power is coming from, probably underground. But that one is overhead, so you can see the light shining. Now, there's some things I haven't tried yet in the game. One is at higher level, you get a torch light. It's a very strong, very bright light that, I think it's right here. No, that's a telescope. Oh, that's so we can see into outer space. I think it's that one right there, nebula. It replaces our flashlight. It's a high-powered, short-range light, and it drains your power really quick. But it kills things. I haven't used it yet. Okay. That room right there is our next target. Baddies are going to be in there. Lots of baddies. So, yay. And at night, of course, we're fighting the... that's why I wanted the lights on. We're fighting the leeches that come out of the water. Okay, we're going to open the door. We're going to climb inside. We're going to close the door. Then we're going to turn the light on. Yep, see, there's pink there. So we know that's that. Okay, and right there is the red stuff. Red blobs. So we're going to turn the light on because the red blobs don't like light. These guys are attracted to light. Whoa, we're getting hit. Kill him. Okay. Those are dead. Now, here comes the fun part. Hello? Anybody else hiding? Because they like to hide. I don't hear any more noises. They usually go behind the beds. So you have to, like, pick things up, move them around. I'm not seeing them, though. Turn on the flashlight. Hey, resources. Yeah, I'm not seeing any place they're hiding. Okay, yeah, I know. Okay, yep. Okay, we got lucky. All right, so now it's nighttime outside. So we're going to turn the flashlight off, and we're going to grind down. You can grind down the mattress. You can grind down the bed. The bed has high-tech stuff, so that's good. See? High-tech scrap. That's better than the tech scrap. Okay? And then when we get to killing the sharks and the other stuff, the high-level stuff, you get ultra-high tech scrap. That's the good stuff. Gold, titanium, all that stuff. And then you get the in-game material as well. So, scrap everything. Uh-oh. We're out of power and we're dying. Yep. Hello. And I didn't close the door. Okay. Time to make the backpack. It's going to help us a little bit. So let me heal up. Get rid of this. Open this up. Recharge health. Yay. Of course, we're going to back up. 7. There we go. This we're going to close. Of course, here comes the daylight. Yeah, get out of there, guys. You don't have no business in there. All right. Back to grinding. I think he's outside. This is how they got in. The beam crashed the window. Or the caretakers are trying to get out. They were locked in here with no power. They were trying to get out, and they broke the window, and then the baddies came in. That's an assumption. Or something broke in the ceiling. The beam hit the window, shattered it, and the baddies got in. Okay, we're going to grind these guys down. One thing we're going to do first, we are going to grab this, put it down. Oop, oop, come on. I know, get out the way. Because we're going to check up here. Money! So, loot, run and jump, loot. Alright. You got to check everything before you grind it down. Because if this wasn't here, I'd have to grab a box from outside. Alright, that one's done. Got some on the other side. I would have to drag boxes in here and set up a little parkour staircase to do this. But you always got to check. All right. Now, everything else is good. Grind it. Okay, let's do a goopy check. Make sure there's nothing hanging on the wall. Something fell down over there. I don't know what that is, so we'll have to figure that out. It might be the leeches from the roof. Sometimes they get on the roof. Okay. All right, that's all done. I'm overweight, so I can't sprint. Check the boat. I don't see any pink slimy things on the boat. I don't hear them. Yeah, looks like we're good. Okay, cool. Come down here. We're going to check the lights because they love lights. Right. This is the other thing, devs, if you're watching. Don't know if you are. But when you have something in your hand, say you get it there, you get the open. That little round circle on the cursor, that says that it's an automatic door. But when you have weapons, it doesn't show up. The grab handles, look at the grab handle, it does. When you look at the door, it doesn't. But if you don't have anything in your hand, it shows up. Kind of goofy. Might want to fix that. All right. Put all the scrap in there. Memories. Gotta love the memories. And then we gotta put the bio scrap away. There we go. All right. Now, there's not really too many more baddies here, with the exception of that big guy. So we're not going to mess with him because we don't have the firepower to. Not yet. So it's just going to be a scrap fest now. And then hopefully get level 10, which is going to be hard because I'm barely level 9. Now, think about it. If we would have just left the sanctuary, didn't scrap everything, didn't get all those levels, we would have got here with nothing to do. We could have repaired. We could have got the diesel, but we wouldn't have got all of it because you only got 2,000 liters on your boat. And we got like 1,600 off of those. And the boat you fill up before you leave the dock, right? 2,000 liters. So unless you're running the diesel engine, you wouldn't have got here. You wouldn't have been able to get resources. You would have still been like level 2, level 3, figuring out where you go from here, because you wouldn't have the pistol or nothing to fight anything. So, in my opinion, that's why it's a good idea to spend some time at the dock. I spent about 6 to 7 hours running around, and like I said, just come up with a plan. Top to bottom, front to back, from the boat and work your way out. I don't care, but get everything. I go top to bottom because that's just me. Because 9 times out of 10, on lease POIs, you got to go to the roof to set up the power. So if you're up on the roof setting up the power, yeah, go back up there again and just start grinding and work your way down. When we get to Lazarus Complex, that's going to be a couple of videos, because I spent 6 hours scrapping the roof alone. Another probably 8 to 12 hours doing the interior, killing the baddies, and cleaning up the rooms. Oh, out of power. Yay. Come on, fill me up. Do. What enhancers? Oh, we got some 60 points. We got some points to spend. Okay. 10 more points in the battery. Okay, 5 more points into him. 5 more points into him. 40 points. Okay, we're on 5. And then we're going to do 5 in the scrapper. Get that up to 10. Trust me, we're going to get more points to take care of everything. Power management, we're going to do 5. All right. Vitality, we're going to raise that up to like 10. All right, 15 points left. Pressure, that's the one we got to put it in, because we need to start thinking about getting ready to go diving. So I'm going to raise that up to 10. I'm going to leave everything else alone. Field medic is how fast this transfers electricity and health. So yes, we'll be doing field medic stuff, but not right now. All right, we're hurt a little bit because I'm goofy and I run out of electricity. Oh, I was gonna make a backpack. Okay, we can do that real quick. All right, put away a scrapper because I don't want to beat up on the boat. Let's check the boat health. It's a little banged up, so we fixed the boat. Doing that does not fix the stuff you put on the boat, like the batteries, the tanks. It just fixes the basic boat. It fixes it doesn't even fix the engines. The engines get banged up, and you got to fix them. These machines get banged up, and you got to fix them. So in the storage boxes. Fixing the boat only repairs the basic boat. That's it. All right. Equipment. Only spark cell. I didn't get the other one. Oh, we don't get that till. Ooh. There's the spark cell. Okay. All right. Spark cell. Okay. Devs, here's another gripe. The Spark Cell backpack. Okay, there's that one there. And then there's that one there, the Plus. And then there's the Max. Okay, or the Mega Cell. Okay. Why don't you require me before I can get the Mega Cell? Because right now I can just wait until I'm level 15 and I can get the Mega Cell without getting anything else. Why don't you have requirements? Tree, like tech tree requirements. In other words, you can't get the Mega Cell without getting the Plus. You can't get the Plus without getting the basic, the Oni pack. That way, the player has to go down that trail. Now, same thing here. Okay. You have the Spark pack, then you have the Oni pack, then you have the Mega Cell. Require me to build the Spark to get the Oni, the mid-level pack. Require me to build the mid-level pack to to the high level pack. That way the player has something to do with the tech. It's a tech tree. That way they're just not jumping in and grabbing the big stuff without getting the little stuff first, in my opinion. All right. Now we got a backpack. What are we going to do with it? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to equip it. Okay. Then we're going to right click on it and we're going to hit the bar 4. No. Well, on bar 4. Yeah, I do. Okay. That makes it number 8. Okay. So what we're going to do is hit this. We're going to connect to Spark Cell, which is F. Then V to change. So we want input. And there's a progress bar under the backpack on number 8 down at the bottom left. It's full. So we're going to grab that. So we hit F. Then we hit Q to put it up. Now, here's the fun part. If you have, what I don't have, but if you have the electric pistol, all you got to do is hit 8, and then it'll give you an option to connect to yourself or connect to the pistol when you have it equipped. So this is how you get extra power to the pistol. Me, I'm going to connect it to myself. And I'm going to hit F for input self. Okay, that way, E for RAM, G can put it up. As you can see, it goes pretty quick. But anyways, it gives me a little extra. So hopefully I don't get damaged as much when I run out of power for grinding. The bigger cells will be a lot better. But by that time, our internal source, it gets pretty big. If you get maxed out battery, which I will for my character, you will basically you'll be 50% 3 kilowatt hours. So you'll be 50% of a medium battery. So when you plug it in, it's going to take a little bit. That's why we got to raise up that first aid or medic. And it's going to get, pretty wild. All right. After I scrap these, we're going to deal with the containers. Because, even though they're not contaminated, I don't see any black on them. There may be baddies in there. Like those bugs flying around waiting for me to open the door. So, once I clear this out, I'll grab 2. We're going to reload. And then we're going to grab the door and open it. Grab the door and open it. Nothing comes flying out at me. So turn the flashlight on. No pink crap. Okay, we're good. You always got to look behind stuff. Batteries. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to close the doors. And that tells me that we're done in that container. Now, we have the other container to deal with. That one. So, this is where we need our strength comes in. Don't look like nothing's home. Yeah, resources. Yay. Then we're going to, okay, that's in here. Drop down, get rid of the grinder, turn the light off. And we're going to drop down, boom, and then we're going to close the doors. Okay. So that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to ignore him for now. I'm going to grind down all this stuff. And I'll be back. All right. I'm going to pause the video because this is the boring part. And I'll be back in probably about 30 minutes or so. All right. So hang tight, guys. I'll be right back. All right, guys. I'm back. Been just under an hour. Let me go clean up my inventory. Get that all settled in. Bum, 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 bum. And we're coming to the end of the video. So, J, get rid of all of you. All right, got that done. Okay, everything's sorted. Batteries are full. Hit E, close that. All right, give you a quick run around. Cleaned all this up. Got all the fuel out of the diesel. Got the roofs all done. Cleaned up in here. Got rid of everything. All right, close that. I repaired these petrol tanks and I moved it all to one barrel. Most of it, about 98% of it. Clean that out. Clean this out. Back here, down there, all around. I did not mess with the baddie, the big guy, because we don't have the firepower. I don't know how many times I've tried sit here shooting at him with that pistol just to run out of ammo, and he's like, nope, I'm still here. All right. Don't know if you saw this before and probably screaming at me. There was a ladder here, and I didn't hit it last time, so I had to parkour back up here, hit the ladder, and go down so we can get up here. Another one was there was a bunch of stuff on top of the container. So if you get back here, hold shift, run, and jump, well, without missing, you can get up there. Let's try that again. I know it's getting nighttime. I know the baddies are coming out, but we should be able to try it. And jump. And I missed again. What the heck? Okay, let's not try sprinting. Yeah, I know. I'm wasting time and energy. All right. Nope, but I'm on here, and I can jump up. All right. So, yeah, you can get up here. Okay. Petrol tanks are done. All I got left to do is grind them down. Like I said, some people use this as a fuel depot. They make a bunch of fuel, they store it here, and they just come back here when they need it. I'm not going to do that because I don't feel like sitting here for like literally 3 hours while the petrol tanks get filled up. So I want to be somewhat mobile. Yes, I have to spend time when we get to level 20 and we get to the oil phase, where we go to the oil rig, which is in the northern part of the game map. And it's like being in the North Seas. It's rough. It's dangerous. Sharks are bigger. Not bigger, but I think stronger. It just took a while to kill them than normal. But it is what it is. When we get the rifle, we're going to be killing a lot of sharks, because that's how you get the rare stuff. Okay. This is what we got for scrap. Throw all that in there. You know, hit the flip. Flip the hit the flip. All right, fuel. We're at 42%, so we're almost halfway. So that's 42%, 849 times 6. And then we are full on batteries. All right. Yay. All right, I'm going to turn that off. I made more electrical cable. I was running low. All right, look at all the mess. All right, clean this up. We're going to get some experience. We're not going to be level 10 yet. So that means we got to come back and get the petrol, the gasoline, when we're level 10. Basically what I'm going to do is, like I said, you can mount these anywhere. I'm going to mount them right here vertically underneath this catwalk. They're going to be right here, mounted to the cabin. And then I'm going to put 2 barrels, that's it. And I'm going to run hose between the two to equalize, and then there's going to be out here, and there's going to be a extender right here on the side. So all we got to do is hook it up just like we did for the electrical. We do that for the fuel, for petrol, and then we store it in these two containers. What are we going to do with the petrol? Okay, the petrol is going to be, there's going to be the small petrol generator. This little guy is going to be right here, and that's going to be for adding more power to the boat when we need to power more stuff. And that's it. And that's all it's going to be used for until we get to the Lazarus, which we're going to need power, lots of it. Same thing with the launch facility for launching the clone into space. It needs a lot of power. All right, let's get filled up. Loot that. Come over here. Open that. Hit J. J moves stuff that's already in the container out of your inventory into that container. That's how you sort. And we're going to be doing that when we get the large containers. And I will show you that when we get the large containers. Right now, it's just reconnect. It's just throw everything in and get some space and room. And we're full. That means all that junk is not going to be able to fit anywhere. And it's not junk, it's resources. I know. All right, get rid of the hose. Get rid of the line. Okay. So this means we're going to make 2 extra containers. Alloy frames. No, those are in the grinder. Those should be in the recycler. Yeah, okay. We can take them out. Okay. And missing parts. Okay, then we're going to go B. Highlight it, hit E. And then we're going to put these over here. Lots of fabric. Which is fine. Fabric and rubber. Which is good. Okay. La-da-dee, la-da-da. Hey, we're level 10. Alright, now we can get the petrol. Petrol tanks. Sight. What is that? Flamethrower. Nah, I don't like messing with the flamethrower that much. So we're going to leave that out. Okay. So now we can make the sight. Okay. So what we're going to do... Sight. Build. And then we're going to build 2 of these. Connector port, alloy frames. Nope. At all. And we're going to pull the sight out. We're going to go to number 2. We're going to inspect. We're going to put it there. Arrow over, spacebar. And then we're going to hit Q. And now, when we hit level 2, we have a sight. Now, devs, if you are paying attention, please change this. Okay, let's turn that off. All right, please change this on the sight. Let me explain. Okay, the sight, when you're looking through, this is basically a halo sight, hologram sight. The crosshairs are a hologram inside the sight. That brightness of the hologram of that sight is 60% too much. You want it to be a faint red so you can still see it, but it doesn't blind you from your target. At night, I can't even see what I'm shooting at because this thing is so bright. So please change that. just drop the brightness down on that sight by about 60%. Like I said, you want it to be a faint red glow, not bright in your face. Unless it's intended that way. If it's intended that way, then fine. I'll shut up. Okay? All right. All right, we're going to kill that. All right. Real quick, we're getting to the end of the video. I'm going to make petrol tanks real fast. And then we're going to get the petrol out of here. We're going to drop... okay, we want as high as I can get it. One there. Now remember, don't put them close together because they will bond with they will mount to each other and not to the boat. And if it mounts to each other, it will cause problems for like when the one that's mounted, everything's mounted to it. If it breaks loose, then all the tanks break loose. And then it's like, where's my tanks? And then they're floating in the air. The only thing hanging on to them is the fuel lines. So, yeah, make sure you give it a little space and you make sure you mount it. Come on, come on, come on. 82. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. There we go. All right, we're going to go from you to you. And then from you, we're going to put you there. Plug you in. Then we're going to go you here. And plug you in. Then we're going to go here. We're going to go a little up. Plug you in. This is temporary. So from here, I'm just going to go straight over to the petrol tank. It's going to be ugly, but it is what it is. Now, very simple. Go to the end of the line. Change this to input, and it will suck it dry. Do. It's going to take a little bit. This should be empty. Pull those out. While that's going there, since we know the recipe or the blueprint for the petrol tanks, now we can destroy them and get all the stuff back. And we're going to do the same with the diesel tanks. Like I said, most people use this as a base, refueling base, like a gas station type deal, a petrol station. But I'm not. I'm just going to clean them out, grind them down, and get the resources. All right. Then we're going to do the same thing over here. Already did. Yay. All right. Now we got that one tank left, I understand. But what we're going to do is put this in here so I'm not overweight because I have a whole bunch of crap on me still that I didn't realize. Yay. All right. You go in there. There we go. And that should be 800, 900. Yep, it's doing just fine. Ah, missed the jump. It's daylight. It's not that bad. If it was nighttime, I'd be like, ah. But we're all good. All right. You done yet, buddy? Yes, you are. Pull, retract. Well, fine. Drop it. We're going to destroy this one. Okay, those are all done. Pick U, hold Q, hold Q. Get rid of this because it's a plastic and an iron. All right, we are basically done. All right, no problem. Took me about 2 to 3 hours, and you guys is just under an hour. Imagine that. Okay, guys. We are done. Oh, where we're going next? Oh, let's find out. Let's find out. Where do we want to go next? Hit E. We can go to the solar here, or we can go to one of those POIs. I think we're going to this POI next. see what it's about, see what kind of crap we got there, and then we're going to go forward. Okay, I think there's going to be one of those little rollerball defenders. If it's a rollerball defender, we don't have the power to take it. It's going to take forever with this pistol to kill one of those rollerballs. And yeah, and I'll show you. It is doable. It just takes a lot, and I really don't deal with it until I get the rifle. Okay, and I think level 11, next level, we do get the rifle. So we will see if that happens. I'll motorboat over there, that POI, see if it's got it. If it does have a rollerball there, then we will move on to another zone and try to find another beacon to activate and uncover some more stuff. If not, then we can go to Lazarus and we can start on the Lazarus, but that's going to be a big pain. Okay, guys. Thank you for watching. I will move the boat and bring you guys back in when we're ready to do the next POI. Take care. Have fun. And it's my buddy wondering what I'm doing. All right. Have fun. See you guys. Stay safe.